I'm here with one of my favorite gals. She's one of the funniest comedians in the world. She's one of the nicest people on the planet, and a friend, Rosebud Baker. How the hell are you?
Oh my God, I'm good. I'm good. And you're one of my faves. And I told you I was going to wait, but I wanted to bring up the zit that I woke up with this morning.
Yeah,
It's a big
nice.
honker. And I just wanted to wait. I was like, do I cover it up with makeup? No, I'm going to save
No,
it. I'm going to save it for Heather.
no, and because this is your day home, so you need to let it breathe. I've been fighting neck eczema. I don't know why. It started on my eyelids. Found out I was allergic to gel nails, and then it's now moved to my neck, and I don't know what the
Oh,
fuck to do. Yeah.
from the gel nails?
From the gel nails, I quit doing the gels. Now I only do the dips, but now
Uh-huh.
it's just stress. So it was stress on the eyelids, then moved down to the neck.
Right.
Eventually it'll just be on my areolas and then in my vagina lips, you
Yeah,
know?
just make it all the way, just full circle. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like whatever
exactly.
that breathing is with in yoga. What is it? Like chaturanga breathing? I don't fucking know. And
Kundalini,
yes. Yes,
Kundalingus
the
breathing.
kundaling, yeah, the kundalingus breathing.
So you've had a stressful morning. You're working like 12 jobs. You're doing the most like we all are.
Yeah. Well, I'm taking off the headphones.
Yeah,
Fuck
take
it.
them off.
Not
Fuck it.
working. Yeah, I'm doing a lot. So is everybody. It's like, I don't know. I feel like everything, life is sort of a just long circle of hell,
Yeah.
and you have to embrace it. It's a beautiful circle of hell, and we're all
Yeah.
circling the drain until we
Yeah.
die. And but I mean, I'm loving it. I'm loving
Yeah.
life. I lost 40 grand in the stock market this week. Everything's great. Everything's cool.
I could not swallow the videos of Dave Portnoy being like, I lost. He's like, now I'm up to $20 million in the stock market. I don't regret voting for Trump. I'm just like, how did we get here? Why is this being fed to me
I
on my
know.
timeline?
And
Why?
the fact that he's like, oh, what I would give to go back to losing 7 mil. I'm like, what is that? Like just a lousy 7 mil for you? I'm gonna jump out the window.
I went looking at houses recently because my therapist told me I should maybe look at getting a different house, right? It just be a good thing
Right.
to
Yeah.
do. Because I live in my dead father's house, right? My
Uh-huh.
mom would come with us, but either way, like maybe we all have a fresh start. And
Right.
then I got to this house that I really liked. And then I'm like, what are the taxes here? And I saw what the taxes were. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? He's like, we're not moving. Jeff's like,
Yeah.
it's a great house. I go, no, I'm not spending $70,000 a year on fucking taxes. We are
No.
staying exactly where we are in the suburbs. Everybody can suck my dick.
Right.
So people are
Or
out of
you,
their
or
mind.
here's the other option. You sell the house, you move to your car.
Yeah.
Move to your car. You know what I mean? Let's stay
Yeah.
relatable. Let's live in our car like the rest
Oh,
of America.
honestly, honestly. No, I have to stay off social media. I have to quit doomsday scrolling. Like I've been getting really spirally. How are you emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually?
Well, I was listening to the Ezra Klein podcast this morning, so I don't know what that says. But it was all about like phones and how like phones are basically destroying the fabric of they're distorting our brains so that we can't focus on anything, and
Oh,
we're just rebuilding our brains in a bad way with them.
yeah.
So yeah, it was like this guy who wrote The Anxious Generation, and which is a
Hmm.
book that I bought but haven't been able to read because
You've
again,
been too anxious.
my nervous system's being milked every day until it's just dry. So, I mean, not great. I guess I'm
Yeah.
not great,
Yeah.
but I also have nothing to complain about. Do you find yourself in that where you're like,
Yeah.
my life is great.
My
So,
life is fantastic. Why am I have the privilege of going to look at homes and I am screaming at the real estate agent about the taxes. Like,
right,
what? What?
right. Well,
Yeah.
that's just like sort of what I would do if I was cosplaying looking
Yeah.
at homes. You know what I mean? Even if I couldn't afford one, I would walk into an open house and be like, "You got to be kidding me! These taxes!" Walk out.
Now, granted, we have been spoiled because we've been living in my childhood home, but we also had to redo everything. And the reason this all started was because our pool has a leak. My dad built this pool 20 years ago. Okay.
How does a pool get a leak?
You tell me. The fountain's crumbling. Okay. So we had this pool guy come out and he gives us an estimate. Rosebud, I could buy 2 new homes for the amount of money that this motherfucker wants to fix the pool. So I go up to my local country club. I start asking around, how much did your pool renovation cost? How much did your pool renovation cost? So I'm like, at this point, we could just buy a new fucking house. So now I
Right.
got to have 3 other fucking contractors come out and do different bids because I don't trust any of these guys
Right.
because they're trying to shake me down for 6 figures to fix a fucking pool leak.
Right.
But
But I
at the
think
end of the day,
that's
I
what
can't complain.
that's what contractors are, aren't they? Aren't they like professional criminals?
Yes, 100%. Yes. And it's wild because I have construction going on at my house right now. The pettiness that these men, you want to say women are dramatic, watching construction dudes argue and fight with each other is the wildest shit I have ever seen. Because the tile guy doesn't like the cement guy, who also doesn't like the guy who does the wallpapering. They're all like threatening to walk off the job because they hate each other. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is happening?
Here's the question, does it turn you on a little bit?
Um, No, because my husband is also Italian and comes from the construction world. And he's like, I told him. He's in the middle of it fighting. He's like, I told the tile guy to be here at 8. Where
Yeah.
is he? It's 4:30. No, I hate them all. I hate them all.
Okay. Okay. Because see, you've met my husband. So
Yes,
obviously it's a different breed of man than
right.
what my husband is. So when I meet
It's
like a toxic, kind of masculine energy, I'm sort of like, ooh, yummy.
yeah, no, I want a handy Andy. I want an Andy who's just gonna be like, how are you feeling?
How you
Is
feeling?
he,
Can I rub your feet?
yeah, is he handy around the house? Is he good
Andy's
tinkering?
he's like okay, but not really. I mean, we're calling a task rabbit before we're asking Andy. You know, we're not, I mean, I married Andy for the emotional support.
Right. I don't I don't think I married Jeff for the emotional support. What did I marry Jeff for? He was pissing he was pissing me off this morning. We don't stay mad at each other for more than 10 minutes. That's how you know it's unfortunately real love. But
Yeah,
I was pissed at him. And I told him, I said, you're being a fucking brat. And I left the house. You
yeah,
know, we're at
yeah.
brat status.
I love that. I love like a quick 10-minute fight where it's like I
Mhm.
don't have the stamina to really see this all the way through, but I'm gonna be mad anyway. I this morning I was on the couch and I was listening to Ezra Klein, and
Mhm.
it's talking about how our phones are destroying our lives, and Andy comes
Right.
to ask me a question. Um, and in the middle of me listening to a podcast about destroying relationships, I was like, can I listen to this, please? I just held my phone. I was like, I'm talking.
See, you're Jeff because what my husband does is he listens to his podcast without headphones in all over the house. He's
Yes.
tinkering around, he's in the garage, he's doing this, he's doing that, and he listens all day long and he listens it on double speed. So he's a real serial killer.
Me
And
too.
I come in and I'm like, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" And he is, oh, it's a scoff. It's a moan. He is so fucking annoyed that I'm
Yeah.
ruining his concentration. And I'm
Mhm.
like, the privilege that you have to sit around in this house and listen to fucking podcasts all day when most people are out, tilling the land, Jeff.
You know how people are out tilling the
You
land.
know, of course, especially in New York City. How did you and Andy meet again? I feel like I asked you this recently, but how'd y'all meet again?
We met, at like a comedy show, basically.
Yeah.
And like years later, I did his podcast and I was like, okay, he's funny. And then we really started hanging out after like a mutual friend's wedding. We like
Yeah.
hung out at this wedding and basically like that night we're just like, I was like, I think I'm into this guy and I'm actually like concerned about whether or not I'm doing well because he's not my type at all. And it was like such a severe pivot from like the men that I had dated,
Mm-hmm.
which at the time I didn't realize was like a sign of health. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like when you go from like a cold, dark room into sunlight for a
Yeah.
while, you're going to be squinting and going, "This isn't right,"
So
That's
what
sort
was your type before you met Andy?
Um, just guys that were like emotionally, it was like emotional like Fort Knoxes, just like,
Mm.
where you're like hugging a ghost. basically.
Yeah, no
And
soul.
yeah, guys that were really like kind of aloof and brooding, and Andy
Hmm.
still has a little bit of that, but like just not open to the idea of like self work at all or
Yeah.
like therapy or anything like that. Like Andy was a severe diversion from that.
But I feel like when y'all met, it happened pretty quick,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Like things moved very quickly.
Oh yeah, very quick. It was like
Okay.
9 months before we were engaged.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
Okay.
well, at a
Hmm.
certain age, and I did tell him, I was like, if you don't want to get married, I'm not, I'm out of here, you know.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, well, I don't, he's like, I could get married again, and I was like, I didn't even mean me. I just meant if
Hmm.
you don't want to get married again, like then we're not doing this. It was a real business deal. I really approached the whole thing like a business deal.
Yeah, that's how I approach everything now. I treat our relationship as if we're partners and we're running a law firm. And
Yeah.
when he is not carrying his weight, I'm like, boardroom meeting, sit the fuck down. You're
Yeah.
about to get fired.
Yeah.
You got to pick up some slack. I swear to God. We had like one of our we've been together a very long time, but every couple of years you have to have that sit down, like, I'm gonna murder you or we're gonna fix some things
Yeah.
conversation. And
Hmm.
we were actually in our parking lot at our country club. This is the most fucked up conversation. And I told him, I was like, Jeff, if I was a tennis wife and I was just farting around all day and not also coming home and taking care of the kids and all this shit, then you would leave me.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'm going to need you to step up and you'd be fired from this company. You're about to get fired from this
Yeah.
corporation. And
Well, we've
that's
had a few
he.
of those. We've had a few of
Mhm.
those too. Yeah, for sure. After I had a kid, it was like, oh my God. I mean, it was tough too because I couldn't tell where the rage was coming from.
Yeah.
There was so much rage towards him, and just being nice to him was like nearly impossible. So it was hard for me to like sit down and be like, you need to do this, this, and this, because
Yeah.
frankly, I was like, I haven't even asked how you're doing, and I don't
Right.
care, you know? Like,
Were you more angry at him because he didn't initially, like, it didn't click right away where he didn't know exactly what he was doing? Like, was he asking too many questions? Was he not doing enough? Are you just postpartum and you're staring at him going like, I hate you? You can't
well, for a
explain it?
while, yeah, I was postpartum, and he was anxious, and I was like, I don't give a fuck how you feel. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, take your anxiety and deal with it somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to be brave, okay? Because I don't know what I'm doing either. And
Mm-hmm.
everybody goes, "Oh, well, it's going to come naturally to you as a mom." It doesn't. It doesn't. You got to
Yeah.
figure it out as you go along. I was literally asking my nanny Jane, who's sitting across the room from me right now. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, "How do I do this? How do I teach her how to fart?" How like there was stuff that I just didn't know, and I couldn't be dealing with his feelings at the same time. It was too much.
Right. One thing I didn't know is that babies aren't supposed to drink water for the first year. I had
Yeah.
no idea. That's
Yeah.
something I've learned new on TikTok.
Hmm.
My baby would drown if I didn't have a Jane in my life, and I don't have children yet.
There is so many moments where you're literally just like, I don't, I somebody should have like downloaded this information into my brain before
Yeah.
I did this, I
Yeah.
should have taken a test, something.
Yeah.
But you figure it out. You mess up a ton and then you figure it out, you know.
So, how old is Minnow now?
She's a year and a half.
A year and a half.
Yeah.
So, what is this phase of life with her like right now?
Well, I'm definitely getting like to know her personality more. It's really funny. Like
Hmm.
she is her name is Minnow, but she looks like her name is Ralph. Like she is a bulldozer, and
Hmm.
we walked into her music class last week, and the teacher was like, "Oh, nobody look at Minnow, give her a second." And I was like, "That's literally what you say about a rescue dog." Um, I'm like, she doesn't bite people, but she really is just like deeply sensitive, um, and very skeptical, is not gonna like take candy from strangers, not really worried about a windowless van taking her away. Um,
Smart.
yeah, she terrifies grown adults. Like she'll meet a grown
Mm,
adult and they're like, I don't know why, but your kid is scaring me. And
I
it's
like that.
just by looking at them. So
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I made a joke in the special about how raising her, like, I'm just trying to raise her as a real cunt, and I think
Hmm.
so far we're on track. Like she's,
Good.
yeah, she's really bitchy and fun and silly, and like I told her to ask for a snack the other day because she was just yelling at me, and so I was like, "Do you want a snack?" And she went, "Snack, snack, snack," like she's like mocking me. So
I love
I
her.
like it. She's got a lot of attitude.
Now, is Minnow coming on the cruise?
No,
Okay.
I was like, I need 3 days. I need 3 days with my friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And um, although I did really want to get her some hair extensions, but
Listen, I know she would look fantastic in some salty lock extensions, but
yeah.
in due time, in due time. Are
Yeah.
you going to get your hair braided, Rosebud? What are the
Um,
vibes that you're
the
bringing?
the Adele vacation braids.
No, no, we're not doing cornrows. We're doing like French. We're doing white girl French braids. We're going French, European braids.
Okay, then yes, I'm down. I'm down for that. But
Now, listen,
here's my question.
yeah,
I have K-tips in my
me
hair.
too. Me too.
Okay, is that what Salty Locks is?
Yes,
Okay, they're K-tips.
they're K-tips.
That's
Yeah,
why they look so fucking good. Okay,
yeah. Oh, I
good.
got a fresh batch yesterday.
Yeah,
Uh-huh. Did you
nice.
have to get extensions after when you were postpartum because your hair fell out? Because I had to do it after I did IVF for the sixth time, and all my hair fell out. It just fell
Yeah.
out, and I had
Yeah.
no baby.
Right. No, it just, and that's the beauty of it. You know what I mean? It's like, it's like the nightmare never ends. But I kept my extensions the whole time, like even when I was pregnant, because even though my hair grew in really fast, it didn't grow it long. Like my
Yeah.
hair just doesn't grow long. So it'll get to like here, and then that's it. It just goes, I'm done here. So I had extensions all through that and through postpartum. And now
Hell
I have
yeah.
like a full set of, I have three different lengths of hair. I have my actual hair that I've had,
Mm-hmm.
I have my extensions, and then I have this postpartum regrowth.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a full other length of hair that's growing in.
It's kind of a rat tail, and I'm into that.
It
It's a
is.
nice little rat tail.
Oh yeah, it's sweet. Yeah,
Mhm.
I try to put the rest up and just sort of bring it down so that Andy can get real turned on, you know.
Post having a kid, how do you get your horniness back? Or do you ever?
Girl, I literally was thinking about calling one of those companies that does like HRT because
Yeah.
I'm like, it's been so long since I've been in the mood that I'm
Yeah.
like, should I just be doing like HRT stuff? You're supposed to wait until you're like 2 years postpartum. So I'm gonna wait. But after that, I'm kind of like, I might just do it. I might just
And
do,
that's hormone replaced therapy, right?
yeah, it's like it's like, I think you put like, depending on what your symptoms are, if you have like testosterone is low or estrogen
Yeah.
is low or whatever the other one is that makes you tired. What's that one?
Progesterone.
Progesterone. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm like, I'm just going to meet with a doctor and be like, which one makes me horny and how do I get that back?
Okay, well, hear me out. You're already a nicotine girl, but there's this whole thing on TikTok where women are curing all of their fucking health ailments by doing the nicotine patches. I'm not even kidding you. Yes, they're doing nicotine patches. It's curing PCOS. Now, I just went down this wormhole last night, and my husband is a Zinner. He's like addicted to the Zins, which is pure
Mhm.
nicotine. So I thought about it. I was like, well, why don't I try this nicotine patch and see if it makes me feel better? And I'm thinking about trying it, but I
Yeah.
don't know if I'm going to be like doing zoomies in the parking lot at Walgreens, you know?
I have a feeling you will be, but I think that's going to make for some really great content and I strongly encourage it anyway. I also kind of, I mean, I'm skeptical of health information on TikTok, but at the same
See, I
time,
am not at all.
but it's like, well, yeah, the doctors themselves, they like guessing when it comes to women. So I'm just like, why not go to TikTok? All my birth shit I got off of Reddit,
Yeah.
you know. So
I've been listening to a podcast on my way down to the office today, and it was all about perimenopause and menopause because I was like, shit, I'm wondering if I'm in perimenopause, which means I
mhm,
got to do another round of IVF immediately to like get more eggs, but I have none left, all this shit. And that's like my brain is just ping ponging back and forth. Like I can't obviously have a baby right this second because I'm getting on a cruise, but I need to have a baby, but I only have a year left and this and that. It's like the misinformation or like the timeline has me actually losing my fucking mind.
okay,
Hence why there were people painting at my house at 7 a.m.
I
because
literally
I'm spiraling.
I literally need to put you in touch with, I know you have a great doctor, but I want to put you in touch with my IVF guy because he was
Okay,
awesome.
put
He
me in
was
touch.
really awesome. Yeah. I'll send you all of his info, but it's Spring Fertility in Manhattan. They were amazing.
Great,
And
great.
I had a friend who did like 6 rounds and they got like one embryo. And then
Hmm.
she went to this guy and she got like 6 embryos on her first try with him.
That's
So
what I want. I want a
yeah.
voodoo witch daddy. I want a man to put a finger up there and just swirl something around and just get
Mhm.
the eggs.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
He's kind of a magic. I don't know. I think they used less drugs too, and they got
Oh,
more embryos. So that
that's what
was,
I that's what
yeah,
I like. Watch me do 2 weeks of the nicotine patch, like post cruise, and the
you're
next thing you
pregnant.
know, I'm pregnant.
You're pregnant, the baby comes out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%. I mean,
totally.
my mom drank red wine with me every single day, and she said that. She's like, I had a glass and a half, not a big deal. And I
Yeah.
turned out okay, you
Yeah.
know?
I'm pretty sure my mom smoked with me, and I am, about 6 inches shorter than my sisters, but it doesn't matter. So what?
So what? See, my mom drank with me, and I am a mastodon. So I don't, you know, I don't know. 99 percentile for height and weight. What's Minnow? She's a full girl.
She is.
Yeah.
She's definitely like 90th percentile or 99th. She's 99th percentile in height, weight, and head size.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's my girl.
She is, yeah, she's about half my height already. Like she
Yeah.
comes up to like almost my hip, and she is
Mhm.
not yet 2 years old. So
She's a
it's
baddie.
crazy to me that you can give birth to someone that's going to be taller than you. I know that I knew that, like I knew
Hmm.
it, but when it happens, you go, I just thought my body would like, kind of keep a rein on things. I thought my body would be like, all right, let's keep it small. I just thought that would happen.
I,
But
I I mean, my mom is like a baby bird, and I am just tower over her, height, weight, all of it. I'm like, I ask her every day, how the fuck did I come out of you? I don't understand.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't understand how we have the same genetics. And she may not be my real mother. I don't know, but I don't know.
What about Jeff? Where's Jeff in your, are you guys like, what's the height difference?
He's 6'2", 6'3". I'm 5'10", but let me tell you, we have the exact same body shape where we both have like not an ounce of fat on our legs, high,
Hmm.
high and tight ass. We're wide up top. We are upside down triangles. And I say all the time, like, our poor fucking kid. And we know we have a daughter on ice, and that trips me up. I'm like, God, I hope that by the time we have a daughter, like, I get very worried that she's gonna be a big girl her whole life. And I know that sounds fucked up, but like I have been a big girl my whole life, and I don't want to pass those genes down to my daughter. Like I'd love to have a little Robin or like my sister, tiny, because that's
But
fun.
here's the thing. What matters is that since you and Jeff are similarly built,
Hmm.
you are going to have a comfortable pregnancy. That's
You,
what,
you
that's really,
think?
yeah, I think I mean, I'm just putting this out there in the universe. Am I a doctor? Absolutely not. Have I read enough Reddit to maybe apply? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So I think you like ultimately, because everybody wants like a tall guy, like a tall, big
Hmm.
guy, no matter how tall you are. And then you get pregnant with their kid and you're like, this is unmanageable, you know?
Hmm.
Like I wanted a tall guy until I was pregnant with Andy's kid. And then I was like, I should have thought this through. A short
Yeah.
king wouldn't have been the worst idea, you know?
That's the thing.
Um,
Jeff has a huge head to the point where his nickname in college was Big Head. And I never picked up on it. And one day I was like, why do you guys keep saying that? And I took a step back. I was like, holy fuck, he's got an enormous head. And I have broad shoulders. He has broad shoulders. I'm like, C-section or bust. That's
you're
all
like,
we're doing.
why do you guys keep saying that? You look to
Yeah.
your right and he's like,
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, your head's enormous. He's like, yeah, honey, how have you never picked up on that? I'm like, I don't know. I just blocked it out. So I
yeah.
am, I am worried. And that sounds fucked up that I'm concerned about my daughter's size, but I was just, those are my struggles my whole life. I don't want my daughter to have to go through that too.
I hear you. I think regardless though, no matter what, if she's coming into the world as a woman, she's going
Yeah.
to be dealing with it no matter what. So it
Amen.
does not matter. And also, you having gone through your life as a bigger woman, you're going to look at her and go, I've been here. I've done this.
Yeah.
And I'm like confident, successful, happy in my body, beautiful. Like there's no, as long as she has like a confident mom, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing. I've been overly confident my whole life, and then I get on Reddit and I go, oh, okay, I get it. I see it.
We'll just keep her off the internet.
How do you do Reddit? Because it is such a dark place. Even if I go on there because I want to look up, I don't know, gardening tips. Next
Yeah.
thing you know, I'm on a subreddit of the things that people don't like about my face, and it crushes my soul. How do you do it?
I truly, I avoid anything that has to do with me on Reddit. I don't
Yeah.
like check myself, but like what I do is I watch the Housewives and then
Mhm.
I go on Reddit and I look for people who agree with my perspective on the Housewives, and that is why I love it. Like I truly love it just for talking shit on
Uh-huh.
about reality stuff in a way that like what I love about Reddit is that it's the only place on the internet where it's genuinely like anonymous. So
Mhm.
you can talk shit, you can do whatever, and people are pretty shameless, but when it comes to reality TV, that's what you're looking for.
What is your hot take currently on the Housewives? What season are you watching? What franchise are you loving?
I think this is going to be a hot take. People are big fans, but Garcelle leaving the Housewives, I'm like, nah, I don't care. I
I
think
also felt that way. I liked her. I thought she was lovely, but it did nothing for me.
No, I don't care about her beach house. She's got a great career. She's got, you know what I mean? She's got a legitimate
Yeah.
career outside of the Housewives. And I think focus on that. Cause I don't, Erica Jane being like, oh, I guess I wish you were more interesting. Erica Jane's a huge bitch,
Yeah.
but she is interesting. Like her storyline isn't, but she is. Cause
She makes great television. She
she
has
makes great
fantastic
TV.
glam. She's always has one tequila and then one regular Coke. And I think, how does she stay so thin drinking that much soda?
Right.
I love Erica Jane. Kathy
Yeah.
Hilton with the box fan and the Red Bulls.
Kathy
I'm
Hilton
obsessed with her.
I I love Kathy. I
Yeah,
really relate to Kathy. Like if you put
same.
me on the Housewives, I would act similar, where it's like I don't know what's going on. Yes, it's a fashion show, but is it really?
Who
Like
is Hunky Dory? Yeah.
I don't, she's hilarious. And I think that I just don't think we need Garcelle. I don't think we need her. And also, I really cannot stand Sutton.
Yeah.
And I want to see Sutton um, try to do this by herself. Just try Sutton because I do think that she's a bad friend to Garcelle. I think she's using Garcelle as like a human shield.
Hmm.
I don't necessarily think that they're not friends, but I I I do think she was like using her in a lot of ways.
100%. Also, Sutton is really an alcoholic. I mean, this woman is drunk, and it's almost like the producers pulled her aside at the beginning of the season. They were like, "Hey, so we need you. This is at every single party. You're gonna have 3 martinis. Start slurring your words a little bit, and then you're gonna have a sit down and tell everybody to sit on the couch, and then stir the pot. Like it's
Yeah,
the exact same formula every fucking episode. Even Erica Jane's like, Sutton, no one wants to sit on the fucking couch and talk to you about our problems. Like, shut
right.
the fuck up. Like, what are we doing?
And then
Yeah.
Sutton, this is when I really was like, oh, I haven't been this mad at my TV in a long time, is when she was looking at Dorit and going,
Mm-hmm.
with doing
Mm-hmm.
the evil eyes,
Mm-hmm.
like that. I was like, what is wrong with you? Like,
Yeah.
fix your face.
There's a lot. There's a lot wrong there. I started the new season of Atlanta and it's actually fantastic.
Yeah.
I think the last season of New York was trash. I'm like, sorry, we need a whole new arsenal of women. It
Go
wasn't
back.
good.
Just go back to the OG cast.
Go
Just go
back.
back to them.
I want to see Luann and Ramona like blacking out and falling in the bushes. So
Okay.
Rosebud, the special was so fantastic.
Thank you.
It's so fucking good.
Thank you.
What is next? You're touring right now,
Yeah.
and what's the new hour about? What isn't it scary
Listen,
when the special comes out and then you're like, God damn it, I got to start from scratch.
no, yeah, I don't have a new hour right now. I'm
Mm,
literally like on the road, kind of just seeing what happens and working shit out and seeing what
yeah,
I want to talk about. A lot of stuff, I didn't really want to be talking about politics, but I am sitting in a room at Weekend Update all week long reading
yeah.
headlines. So a lot of the stuff that I'm coming up with just happens to be political. But I'm like, I don't really, you start an hour and you go, oh, I want it to be about this. Whatever you want it to be about, it's going to end up being about something completely different. So I don't know what it is. I'm on the road. I'm trying shit out. This is the most fun part of touring for me, which is
Hmm.
like when I get on stage and I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to talk about, and we'll see. But that's kind of that's kind of where I'm at. And then I have a book coming out as well.
Of
Um,
course. She's
yeah,
an author. She's going to be a New York Times bestseller. What is this book? Is it essays? Is it a memoir? What
it's
is this book
essays.
about?
It's
Essays.
it's sort of like a memoir in essays. So
Hmm.
like essentially I wanted it to be just a collection of comedic essays, but then I started writing and it really became just like a memoir because I started writing this book before I even got pregnant, and when I was like
Hmm.
really going back and forth about, do I want to be pregnant? Do I want to avoid all of the heartache of even trying, blah blah blah. And then I got pregnant and then I had my baby, and so literally it was, when you're going through all of that, you start getting like a window into your own past. You start thinking about your
Yeah.
family and how you grew up and like what it was like. And that it became kind of a memoir through a collection of essays because of all of that. So, yeah.
Yep, we have the same agents, and my lit agent is up my ass every
Mhm.
fucking day at UTA. He's like, "Where's the book
Where's the
proposal,
book?
Heather? Where is it?" I'm like, "Listen, motherfucker, I'm also trying to finish scripts and tour and podcast. Like,
Right,
pump the
right.
brakes. I got to
Yeah.
get there." But this is motivating. If you could do it and you are a writer on SNL and have a baby, then I need to get my shit together.
Listen, it's really, I gotta say, when I started writing it, I was like, oh, I can write a book.
Yeah.
It is so hard. It is so hard, and it takes so long. And so like, yeah, write the proposal, but like know that when you sit down, it's going to be completely different probably.
Right.
And it's just like an impossible job. All of it is impossible. And the problem is that we are now living in an age like in entertainment where you have to be sort of hitting everything at the same time. And what that
Hmm.
does is end up it waters down the quality of your work. And I never really want to do that. So
Yeah.
I'm going to take as much time as I need for it to be good. And, my last special came out in 2020. This one came out 2025. I'm like, I spent half of it pregnant, shooting. I shot half of it pregnant. I shot the other half a year after I had the baby. And it's like, that is, I think good work takes time. So if you're
Yeah.
gonna put something out that you're like proud of, let it take as much time as you fucking want. The agents, they'll get their check, you know?
They'll get their check. That has been a really hard pill for me to swallow because I only know once I get on the wheel, the hamster wheel, I just keep going and going
Yeah,
and trying to feeling okay saying no to certain things has been a real challenge, but also a wonderful experience this year
right.
where I'm like, no, that is not going to serve me. But, because I came up through social media, it's like you constantly feel like you're only as good as your last gig. And if you're not burning the candle at both ends, then no one's ever going to see you or book you ever again.
Right,
How
right.
I feel. And that's why
Yeah.
I'm painting my house.
But that's but it's also like it's not true, Heather.
Right. I
Like
know. I know.
it's I know how it feels because I feel like both of us have fallen into that trap where you're like, I'm so burnt out. I don't have time to like even enjoy the things that I've worked for. So why not just like take some time and chill and see what comes next? Like that's and we've said the problem is you get told no so much coming up.
So much.
And when
Hmm.
you finally get those yeses and you finally start getting offers, it's like you don't want to say no to them because what if it leads to you being told no,
100%.
But ultimately, I think we get involved in the projects we're supposed to get involved in, I think
Yeah.
there's got to be a little bit of like, I mean, I'm going to sound a little spiritual woo woo, but I do
I
think that
love when Rosebud gets spiritual. I
I
love
know.
it.
I just think it's all going to work out uh, exactly how it's supposed to. Um, and as long as we don't get in our own way, right?
100%. And I will say that's one good thing. I really don't get in my own way. I'll just do it. Like I will just do it. And I have so many talented friends where I'm like, you're overthinking it. Just do it. Just do it. Like barf it out and then you can reel it back in. Is kind of how I feel.
Yeah,
But I am not a get in my own way. I want to please everybody else and I'm the last person to please myself and that's what fucks me up.
right. Yeah. Yeah. But that
And
is a form of getting in your own, like I do that too. And I realized
yeah.
this year that that's my way of getting in my own way because I'll say yes to everything and then
Hmm.
I'll literally be like, I don't know what I'm making. Like I
Right.
actually don't know what I'm saying with any of this. And how do I, yes, I'm creating a product, but is it art? You know what I mean?
Right.
And like, also up until this point, I feel like confident in the stuff that I put out, but I was really heading towards that, like, just put it out, I don't care. And I'm like, no, hold on. That's not who I want to be. That's not who we want to be,
Right.
right? Like we have to, I don't know, just it feels like capitalism is like going to kill me. I'm like, it's going to kill me.
But I also love being able to like go look at houses, you
Oh,
know?
I
So it's
love
like,
how
I love it.
I love overconsumption. I love like I was looking at a
Oh,
bathroom today on TikTok that was like it had the fur on the
oh,
toilet and the fur,
yeah.
and I'm like I haven't seen that since I don't know 1990 and it was like left over from like the 70s and I was like I need that. I need
Yeah.
that. I need a toilet seat with fur on it. And
I
it's
need a
like
vintage 70s bathroom with some sort of
yeah.
pink tile. Listen, I saw this thing on TikTok that was like shop your own closet. So that's what I was doing. I'm going to the Masters tomorrow. I'm like, I'm going to shop my own closet. Well, what do you know? I'm in my closet. Nothing fucking fits. I had a meltdown. Where was my ass this morning at 11 a.m. as the doors were opening? The fucking mall. I was literally like,
Yes.
guys, I tried to shop my own closet. I'm trying, but I panicked. I had a panic attack and I had to go and buy something and I
I
had to
tried
purchase
shopping my
something.
own closet and I had a stylist over, right? Because I was like, oh, if
Hmm.
I'm paying for it, then it feels like I'm really shopping. I had a
Hmm.
stylist come shop my own closet, got maybe six
Yeah.
things with it. I was like, well, this sucks.
And then she's like, burn everything else. How dare you
Yes.
have ever bought this? Yeah.
Stuff
Hmm.
that I thought was so cool. She looked at me and she went,
No.
like she felt bad for me, Heather.
Well, my stuff is always from like H&M, Old Navy. I get a couple, like I can't really buy a lot of like designer because they don't have, like a large size skew. So they come into my closet, they're like, "Oh, this is like the cheapest shit we've ever seen."
Right. Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah. Yeah,
You're like,
that's it.
well, make it look expensive.
Make
Okay?
it look expensive. That's why I
As
buy
I
Prada
do every
bags."
day.
Yes, bitch. Well, I haven't taken off this tennis necklace in 5 years. So, yeah. Yeah.
I will say I do love the people online that are like, don't shop fast fashion, don't do it. And it's like, unless you're like in a bigger body, I really don't. I'm like, spend one day in a bigger body and then tell
Hmm.
everybody to shop, not to shop fast fashion. Why don't you do that?
Yeah, and also, even the rich girlies are buying the matching sets on Amazon, so I don't want to fucking hear it. I don't want to fucking hear it.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I
right.
would love to have everything sustainable. I have also been fucking pretty womaned in Reformation. Reformation says it's sustainable, recyclable, all this shit. You go in there and they're always like, oh yeah, oh, what, you're a size 12, 14? Yeah, we don't have that in store. We can order it online. As a larger woman, every time I want to get something, it's we can order that online. So that's why I just have to sit on my computer and eat fucking hot dogs all day and order shit online. Like, what the fuck do you want from me?
Right. If you're tweeting, don't shop fast fashion, you might as well just tweet, I'm a skinny bitch. Just tweet that, you
Oh,
know?
and they're like, shop vintage. Bitch, there were not women my size back in the day.
Right.
Marilyn Monroe, the fact that she was a size 14, no, she was like a size 2, 4. That's
Yeah.
not real. That's some
Right.
bullshit that some
Yeah.
fellow chubby girl made up one day to like, she had curves. Bitch, she was skin and bones.
Right. I will say this is one of the things that I think is coming out of the Trump administration so far that could be
What?
good. Okay. Is
Okay,
that, and just bear with me.
I'm ready.
I do think that it's going to unite America on a level where it's like the libs are going to be like, okay, let's focus on what really matters here, which is as much as we hate it, capitalism. Like
Hmm.
we have to focus on our wallets. We have to focus on just stability and the policing everybody and where they shop and the those like it's like when you
Oh, yeah.
go to a liberal march against genocide and somebody comes in and they're like, and stop eating meat too. You're like, no,
Yeah.
that's a different thing.
Pick one, bitch.
Yeah, like
Carl, pick one thing. We're here to like make sure that vets get their benefits.
right.
Pick one thing. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like it's gonna stop a lot of the side policing that we do.
Yeah.
on a cultural level that I think we can tone it down, you know.
I, I could not agree with you more. We need like a cowboy. We need like a liberal cowboy to pop up who smokes cigarettes, who's a little bit of a bad baddie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it can't be a woman because we've already tried that twice and that didn't work out.
No. Yeah. It's not. We got to stop with the women. It's. I really hate to say it, but we got to
There's
stop.
there's nothing worse on this planet than a liberal woman. I'm just gonna say it. We
It's like
tried.
we're trying. It's not happening.
It's not working.
Let's get a big ass toxic dude
Mm-hmm.
who is like secretly compassionate and
Mm-hmm.
wants everyone to win. You know what I mean?
Yes, 100%.
That's what we need.
But who's like actively injecting steroids into his nuts right now,
Yes.
ready
Right.
for the presidency.
Yeah. I need a guy on Alpha Brain to stand up for LGBTQIA rights.
I tried Alpha Brain. I was like, bitch, nothing can tame this ADHD. Fuck that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I want a guy in Alpha Brain, armor colostrum, creatine. Like, I want somebody getting yoked out right now, but who's
Yeah.
also like, what you do with your family behind closed doors is none of my business. That's what
Right.
I want.
Yeah.
I just feel like I'm in a blender every day, and I
No,
just can't wait to get on this fucking cruise.
but you're right, 100% same. We need to get on the cruise. We need to get our salty locks extensions.
What
And
what do you think your cruise energy is going to be like? Like, are you going to be sleep because you don't have the baby? Are you sleeping till 1 p.m. every day and then emerging like the crypt keeper and then, staying out of the sun? Are you like on the Lido deck at 8 a.m. ripping the vape, just living your best life? Where are you at?
Heather, I'm gonna be out here.
Okay.
Okay. I'm 100. When I have a day away from my kid, I
Mm-hmm.
am like single mom wine drunk energy.
Yeah,
You know,
I
I'm gonna
love
be
this.
out here on the boat, tits out, vape
Yeah.
in the bra, just out here enjoying every moment that I can because and
Mm-hmm.
my ring light just died, but
It's fine. Yeah,
at least,
that's where
at
we're
least
at.
unfortunately the zit's not getting the light that it deserves. But yeah, I'm gonna be out here like really having a good time, just ripping vapes and I am sober, but it's not gonna feel like that.
No, and I like that because I can't really handle the hangovers anymore. So I will be on a
Yeah.
multitude of different pills, just loose
I've
pills.
never been on a cruise before. This is my first time.
Wait, you've never been on a cruise?
I've never been on a cruise.
So I'm starting to pick up that that's a lot of people's vibe is that this is, we have a lot of virginal cruisers. This is
Uh-huh.
all you need to know. You have a little bit of anxiety getting onto the ship. And then once you're on, it's just like you're in your own world. So once you get your bearings and you're like, okay, that's where I want to eat. This is where the Lido deck is. That's where the pool is. Once you get your bearings, you're good to go. And then it's fun and it feels like summer camp, but there's a couple life jackets involved.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not even worried about that. Like, honestly, if the boat goes down, I'm having a great time.
Yeah.
So it's like flying first class. I'm like, we can't crash. We're in first class.
No, we're
Yeah,
in first class. And honestly, when they say that, first class, that's where you're going to die first, please take me out. Take me out first.
I don't
Take me
care.
out.
At least
I
I'm
don't want.
dying, in style. By the way, did I tell you I got hit on a plane, like old school style, in
Oh,
in a really wild way. Like,
how?
so I was on my way to Cleveland and this dude sat next to me and when you're about to get hit on because like
Mm-hmm.
it's like your whole body just goes like no. You
Mm-hmm.
just feel like like anyway, so I had that feeling and like I was being eyed. And then he sits down next to me and he was so loud. And I had these on. I had like my noise canceling headphones and I hear this guy just yapping to like all these people on the plane. I was like, he's like peacocking, right? And then he sits down and I'm looking at my phone and he starts ordering drinks. And I was like, oh my God, he's gonna get more confident. Like I can feel it.
Mm-hmm.
He had his third drink. He holds a napkin up in front of my face, like this. He was like that. And he goes, do you need a napkin? And I looked at him like, I was like, no. And then he goes, are you Eastern European?
You're like, yes, I
I was
am.
like, I was like, no. And he goes, well, you look Eastern European. Are you sure you're not? And I was like, yeah, no, I'm sure. And he goes, well, you have an accent. And I was like, well, that's demonstrably false. And we've never
Yeah.
spoken. So
Mm-hmm.
That's horseshit. And then he just started being like saying all these things about my appearance that were like Eastern European and how like his first love was Eastern European. And I'm just like, I'm married with a kid, so I'm just eating this up like a truffle
Hmm.
pig. I'm just
Yeah.
snorting this shit. Like,
Hmm.
like by the end of it, I was just like, this is amazing. I love
He's
it.
like putting the back of his hand against your skin, being like, "No, that's Eastern European skin. That is glassy skin." Yeah.
And I'm like, everything he's saying is a lie, and I'm loving it. Just wah, 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 wah. But then by the end, I
Yeah.
got really tired, and I realized like I don't have the stamina that I had as a single woman to like be hit
Hmm.
on or to flirt. So it ended with me just saying, if I give you tickets to my show, can I actually go back on my phone and have you not talk to me for the rest of the
Did he come to the show?
No.
Okay. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
Um, I go to the Masters every year and I take my husband and he's very upset that the cruise is setting sail on Masters Sunday because it's like, the big day. But I love going to the Masters because I get hit on the whole time and you're not allowed to have your phone, but it's men coming up to me. And now 9 times out of 10, it's, hey, my wife's a big fan. Just want to
Yeah.
let you know. But it is, I always tell women, I'm like, if you're single, go to a fucking golf tournament. I could be standing in the corner eating a hot dog, chugging a beer, and you can feel the energy. You can feel the eyes. And it's not even that they recognize you. It's just men coming up to you underneath the tree being like, love that shirt. What club what's your favorite club? And you're like, my putter. It's the most random place to get hit on. And it brings me so much joy. And
Yes.
because of the Masters, you can't have your phone, so it's a little bit more secretive. There's like some flirting behind an azalea bush. It's a vibe. Even though my husband will be there, he's watching the golf. So I'm just in the back of the bushes just flirting, you know? It's fun.
There's
It's fun.
nothing better than getting hit on as a married woman, I
Oh,
have to say. I used to
yeah.
hate it, and now I'm
Mhm.
really into it.
And it's mostly for me, guys 50 and up. They don't give a fuck. They are ballsy. That
They
is
don't-
what I'm getting all the time on airplanes, in the Sky Club. They're just like, hey, turn that ring around. You want to suck my dick in the bathroom? And you're like, not really, but thank you.
No, the Sky Club is not what it used to be. Thank you so
It
much. But
isn't. It isn't. Yeah. Do you have unlimited Sky Club? Great. What's your status right now in Delta? I know you're Delta loyal.
it's platinum. It's platinum. I still haven't gotten diamond, which is insane. If I wasn't working at SNL, I would have gotten diamond 3 years ago. But I unfortunately have been limiting my tours to the summers,
Mm.
and that
Hmm.
has really taken
Taking a
my
toll.
have taken a hit. Yeah.
Okay, we got to get you to Diamond.
I
I'm
know.
itching for you.
I know. But it's also like I feel like if I get diamond now, it's not what it used to be. Like it was
Mm.
so good. Like 2019 diamond status. Mwah.
Oh, that was rich. You felt like they rolled out the red carpet. You felt like a whole new broad. And now that you live in New York and I live in Atlanta, we're two giant diamond hubs. Everybody's
Right.
fucking diamond.
Right.
Yeah,
So, like, whatever. I mean,
whatever.
I literally I can bring my kid into the Delta Sky Club and not even feel like bad about it, which is I think wrong. I think you
No,
should if the Sky Club's doing what it's supposed to, you should be ashamed bringing your kid there.
I do agree with you on that. But I also think, did you get a frequent flyer number for your daughter?
Oh shit, no, I
Do
haven't.
that. Do that. Because I'm about to be a million miler. Like next week, I'm going to be a million miler just
You get
because.
do you get like their points?
No, no, no. You don't. They keep well, I don't know how the points work, but either way, I'm not talking about like I have a million miles. Like I've just spent money towards a million miles, but like I've flown a million miles.
Oh
That's
God.
different. Once you're a
Yeah.
million miler, you have like platinum forever. You start at
Oh,
platinum.
okay,
Yeah.
nice. Nice.
So
Yeah.
if you get her a Sky Miles number right now and start anytime she flies, you do it on her Sky Miles number. By the time she's in college, she'll be a million miler and she'll always have status. But what the fuck is the point of that? Because we only have about 3 years left on this planet. So I don't know why
Yeah,
I'm
no, I
encouraging
mean
you to do
mostly
that.
it's like swim lessons is really what she needs. She's gonna be swimming places. So
That is true.
you wanna go across the street, put your floaties on. I have to tell you though, I can't wait. The lineup is gonna be so good.
It's gonna be
It's
so
like
good.
I'm gonna have so much fun. It's all my favorite people on one boat.
Yeah,
I'm I mean, I'm gonna be walking into y'all's rooms at like 3 in the morning, like, what are we doing? Let's
right. And
party.
that's how we roll. I think sweet Adam Ray is like he does not know what he's about to get into. And I was like,
Yeah.
Adam, no one watches Kill Tony for my audience. They don't give a fuck. Come and giggle with the girls. Like
Yeah.
the check is already cleared. Just giggle with the girls. That's
Yeah.
all anybody wants to do. You don't have to prove yourself to anyone. You've already
Yes.
done that. You've gotten the male gratification that they've clapped for you. They put you on Netflix. Now just come and
We
feel
don't watch that shit. We
we
don't
don't
know.
watch that shit.
Yeah. Like the fact that this is the best part of the whole Kill Tony thing is that they think that I'm like, I don't think they understand how little we care
Yeah.
about, I'm like, I don't know what Rogan talks about because I don't watch male entertainment. I don't watch a movie that's under a blue tint. Okay. I don't care. Steven
I don't
Soderbergh.
either. Yeah. I don't either. I'm right there with you. I'm like, oh, I see it all day. I live with a very masculine male. I get the sports. I get the thing. I get the yapping. He makes me watch the YouTubes. I get the bar stool. I'm enough. We're good.
Yeah.
I told him, I was like, just come and fucking giggle with the girls. That's all you have to do.
And there's nothing you're going to say that's going to offend us because we all watched Ramona on season 13 of fucking Real Housewives.
Yes. And that's what I want. That's the energy I want. I want Scary Island, first season, maybe it was first or second season of New York. I want somebody at some point on the Lido deck just to scream, go to sleep, go to
Go to sleep, you're crazy.
That's going to be me yelling at you at 3 a.m. being like,
Go
Rosebud,
to sleep, you're crazy.
you're not even drunk. Go to the fucking sleep. Exactly.
Sleep.
Mhm.
Everybody
Well-
getting scared. They're like, oh, she's not well. They start to slowly realize I'm not well.
And then you start fighting with the Salty Lux girls because you asked for like cornrow braids and they're like,
Yeah.
no, we're just going to do something fun like a fishtail. And
Yeah,
you're like,
we're gonna
no.
save your career by just doing Heidi braids.
Now, I'll tell you this, Rosebud. I do feel as a young white woman who's done many cruises, if I did not come back from a cruise in like, fifth grade spring break, and if I did not have the hair braided
Mhm.
with the beads and a sunburned, almost flaky scalp, I did not cruise hard enough. So I
Okay.
want you to know I really want those island beads because anytime you go to Nassau or any of these places, they want you to have the beads, but
Yeah.
we're not going to do that.
So
'cause
how does it work? Do we get on the boat and then just like go to Nassau and then like does it take 3 days to get there? What is it?
Yeah, kind of. We're cruising. Once that boat starts moving and you feel that open ocean air, you're just gonna get horny and you're gonna feel alive. And we won't even know what day of the week it is. It's kind of nice. Like once you get out there, you don't know what's happening.
Is there this might be more of a yacht thing, but is there like a slide we get to go off the side of the boat on?
So no, we're on a giant ship. There's slides into the pools and all that on
Okay.
the pool, but no,
Great.
we are not. That's a yacht thing. That's a Jeff Bezos thing. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So we don't get in the water. We don't get in the ocean.
We don't get in the ocean until we get to a port, and then you go to a beach, and then you can get in the ocean.
Okay. Okay. Good. I don't trust the ocean. So I just want to
Okay.
make yeah,
All right.
I don't know why. I just don't trust it. I don't eat seafood. I'm like, that's another world and we shouldn't be eating that food. It's for
Wait,
that
you
world.
but you're a Pisces.
Yeah.
And you don't trust the ocean or seafood. You don't like a shrimp?
No. No.
Wow, Rosebud, you are go to sleep.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Don't
Well,
like that fish look the same dead as they do alive. I can't tell the difference between a dead fish and a live one, except that one is moving. And I don't like that.
okay. All right, that's good to know.
Like
Well,
they're the same color dead as they are alive. Like what is that? That's
see,
wrong.
I like that because then I know it's fresh as fuck. I would say I'm more seafood than I am land mammals. I don't like pigs are cute, cows are cute. It fucks me up sometimes.
That's the thing. I can't tell by the time you put a burger on my plate, I can't tell that was a cow.
So sometimes it freaks me out. Chicken freaks me the fuck out sometimes.
I could
Chicken
maybe do a fish
really.
stick. I could maybe do a fish stick because it's, it looks like a mozzarella stick
Yeah,
rather than a
well,
fish.
but see, I love fish sticks growing up, and I don't fuck with mozzarella sticks anymore because I've choked really bad twice on a mozzarella stick. I'm afraid of mozzarella sticks.
Really,
Uh-huh.
you choked on one.
Choked on it twice, like where you get it down and the cheese is like keeps going and it's stuck in your throat. Oh yeah, I
Now
don't
your
fuck with
privilege is showing, okay?
Rosebud, I know you got to get back to being a fantastic writer on SNL and doing the damn thing and a wonderful mother and just an overall funny bitch. So when am I going to see you this weekend? On the boat?
Yes, you're gonna see me on the boat. What do you mean? Are you asking me to plug?
No. I'm asking you just to like, when am I going to get to hug you on the boat?
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, obviously the moment that you get there, I'm going to be in your room. So
Okay,
just
great.
prep for that. You know, if you were hoping to get a little bit of privacy, that's not happening.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be your toddler on
great.
this trip,
Okay,
and you're gonna be trying to shake me off the whole time and probably asking for babysitters. Um, and I will throw a tantrum if you try.
great. Well, you and Robin will be doing the most, and don't worry, we shut down the kids club,
Robin's
and
gonna be on the boat?
yeah, Robin's going to be on the boat. Yes,
Yes. Oh
yeah.
my God, I didn't even know this.
Robin's going to be on the boat. She's the people's princess. She thinks she's just going to be able to like mosey around the boat and like say hi to everybody. I was like, you will get mobbed, but Robin will be on the boat. Yes,
Amazing.
she'll be doing the most. So get
I can be her
excited.
bodyguard if she needs one. I am
Great.
bigger than her, I think.
Yeah, just a smidge, just a tiny bit. Rosebud, where can everybody find you so they can get tour dates? Because you're so incredibly hilarious. And if people haven't seen The Motherload, they have to watch your new special on Netflix.
Yes, yes, definitely go watch The Motherload on Netflix, streaming now. And then come see me on the road, rosebudbaker.com for tickets. I'm going to be all over the place this summer, and then in the fall, starting a big tour. So big theater
Oh,
tour in the fall.
oh,
So
fuck yeah.
yeah, very exciting, very
Okay, great.
exciting. Yeah, so just rosebudbaker.com for tickets, and go check out my special for sure.
Perfect. It's The Motherload. I'll see you on the ship, bitch. Love
I'll
you,
see
mean
you
it.
on the ship. Love ya.